moment everyone has been waiting for. Welcome back. Now, pole dancing is gaining momentum here in the Philippines. While most Filipinos are not yet keen on trying pole dancing themselves, veteran dancer and Pole Academy Philippines creative director Ed Aniel hopes it will soon be incorporated in theater performances. He also hopes Pinoys will eventually embrace pole dancing, not just as exercise, but also as art. But just how good an art can it be? Well, let's find out with a sample from Ed himself. Thank you so much, Ed. All right, well, Ed joins us this morning together with Pole Academy Philippines Managing Director Jerry Hill and Associate Director Isa Hoxon. Well, good morning to you guys, and I think Ed will be joining us in just a little bit. But really, each time I see pole dancers, I really can't help but be in amazement at the skill and the talent that it really takes to do pole dancing. Tell us about how you guys got into pole dancing, Isa. I know you just got back from Brussels.
Yes.
You've been gone for about a couple months.
For about 2 months.
Yes.
I was doing an artist residency there. So I used pole dancing as a medium for my discourse. But to answer your question, I started 4 years ago, and I was invited by my aunt, who was actually the first batch of women trying out pole dancing. It was like, I think around 2003, 2004, and it was interesting. There wasn't any stigma for me. It was more of like, a challenging thing.
How did she invite you, or what first popped through your head when she said, "Oh, come on, let's go, Isa, let's go try out pole dancing"?
Well, it's
You're like,
it's my aunt. You don't question your. I mean, I think I've been following her steps before. She was an artist, and I was an artist, and I was doing ballet. She was into dance as well, and so when she said that she was doing pole dancing, I was like, yeah, okay, let's do it.
Let's try it.
Yeah, I didn't have any reservations about it at all.
And since then, you seem to have really grown to love pole dancing, so much so that you really have used it for your art residency over in Brussels. Well, I'll have to ask Jerry, how did you get into it? You've been into it for about a
little over a year. How did I get into it? I think just like the average women here who have had children, who have trouble with weight loss and have tried all kinds of exercises. That was my motivation. I've tried everything from going to the gym, doing Pilates, yoga, and I get into it and then I fall away. And
what did you hear about pole dancing?
Well, it was gaining popularity, at least in the industry that I'm in. I'm in advertising, and I saw a performance, and I said, you know what? These ladies aren't as long as the others. They're vertically challenged like me, and I said, okay, then if they can do it, then I can do it. And so I enrolled, and I've been hooked ever since. So.
Well, it looks like it's a lot of fun. I think the reason why a lot of people can't seem to let go of it is because aside from the fitness benefits of it, it just looks like a lot of fun, and it looks like you really take a lot of benefits outside of the studio, outside of the area, into into the home, into the bedroom, into the dance floor. Ed is joining us. We just saw you dance a little while ago, and I must say, when you came and sat down, I mean, your heart is beating. Your heart is beating. You were just flipped over a couple minutes ago, so I totally understand. But what a great exercise!
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Now, you're one of the pioneers of pole dancing, if not the pioneer of pole dancing here in the country. How did you get into it and really kind of start this trend that so many people have been following?
It was actually not planned at all. It was just a film director who asked me to choreograph. At that time, there was no instructional video available, so they asked me to choreograph instructional video. So that's how it started.
Did you take a look from other countries, or maybe
they showed me some videos, but it was just a girl doing pole, and then a girl competing to a pole dancing, but no instructional video yet available at that time.
What were your initial thoughts about pole dancing in general? I mean, I think pole dancing is nothing new to many people, but you usually do see it in strip clubs.
I actually went to the strip clubs here, but there's none.
But there are no
our kind, it's not totally different from what we're doing, of what I'm doing, and I'm teaching in my class. So it's none. So it's like, wow, I got challenged because it's really totally different from what people are thinking about, pole dancing.
Now, how difficult was it? I mean, people do have their own perception or their misconception of pole dancing leading up to it. How difficult was it to change people's state of mind into looking at pole dancing as a fitness routine, as something that is an art, really?
Well, the Filipinos in general, we are very conservative, and most of us are kind of like close-minded. But if the art is really there, and people will really see in the end, they will see the real pole dancing.
Now, you have background in ballet, in jazz. Do we really need that? I mean, I have zero background whatsoever, zero background outside of dancing on the dance floor.
Well, to become a teacher, I believe you need it.
Yes, but about your students, I mean, just like Jelly and Aiza. I mean, Aiza has a background in dance.
Ballet.
Jelly, did you have any background in dance?
I only danced ballet till I was maybe in 6th grade.
Okay.
So I'm a lot older now. So whatever I learned then, my body memory is very different, once you hit a certain age. Can anyone do it? I think anyone can.
Yes, anyone can do it.
Can anyone do it? That is the question, because Paolo is sitting in the sidelines. I don't know.
Oh, Paolo,
Even Paolo can do it.
I can.
You can kill the pole.
I know. I think Paolo might take the pole down.
No gender, no age.
You don't need any
size
dance background.
requirement.
Even if you have dance and sports background, it's actually difficult in the beginning. I mean, like any other discipline, you have to
Exactly.
start from scratch.
It looks like it. I mean, when you guys are holding your own body weight and suspended in midair, I mean, I just look at it each time I see it. A little part of me is no longer surprised, but it's still very much like, how do you do that? I tried swinging on that pole earlier, and you just don't really know. Tell us about the process of really getting to tip-top shape. I mean, I'll ask you, Aiza, when you began, you said it was difficult. How long did that
I
difficulty
think
last?
everyone who's starting something new it's definitely difficult. But if you really pursue it like in a regular basis, of course your body will get used to the vocabulary, and you start being more comfortable around it, moving around it.
How long did it take for you to get a little bit more comfortable?
I think about 2 months.
Okay.
And the time when I entered, joined the class, it was actually they were preparing for a show, so I was pretty much what do you call this? Intensely taught in the beginning.
So it was really good timing.
Yeah.
Because everyone was kind of preparing.
Well, can I speak for the mortals like
of course.
me? Because
I'm joining you right
okay,
here.
when I first joined a class, it was very frustrating because a lot of the things that you saw them do, I couldn't do. And after the first class, I said, I think I need to talk to some people to see how long it took them to do it. And they said, just stick to it, go to your second class, which I did. And my second class, I was surprised to see that I was able to do things I couldn't do in the first class. And you just take these baby steps, and after a few months, you're doing things that you never
You're
thought.
surprising yourself. Now
Yes.
we're seeing some of the video of you guys, in the studio, and there, aside from dancing on the pole, there are also dance moves, and there's also a whole
lot of
sensual.
floor work, yeah.
Yes, there's a whole sensual act kind of leading up to you getting onto the pole. Now you mentioned you've given birth, and this is a long time since you were doing ballet. What do you think pole dancing did for you outside of the studio that really benefited you psychologically, physically?
Right. Well, aside from the obvious benefits, which is you will get toned, you will not necessarily lose weight, but you look better. You gain the confidence. I can't speak enough of the emotional benefits that it gives a woman, especially after you hide behind all these loose clothes after having given birth.
There are no loose clothes in this video.
No. And they get shorter. They get shorter and shorter, and your heels get higher and higher, and that does something to the woman, I think, and it becomes very empowering. Before you know it, there are women who have come to our classes, with their tail between their legs, like either from a bad breakup or just really low self-esteem, who come out like, well, I can do something that you can't do, and I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm a woman, and I can do this.
I'm sexy.
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah,
independent, sexy
yeah.
woman. Hear me roar. And tell us about some of your success stories, or maybe even some men who come in and do pole dancing. Now there are some guys. We talk about women who we kind of stereotype, but there are men who come in.
Yeah,
and do
okay, I'll
class.
talk about women first. I had this two 50 years old,
50-year-old women.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, who took
Not
my
that that's
class.
anything. I'm not trying to say anything, but hey,
But they can
Yeah.
do it.
Right.
Yeah, see.
Go ahead. Sorry, you had two 50-year-old women.
Yeah, they took my class. The other one is like 250 pounds, and she was able to do it because she was willing to do it. So,
It's really that state of mind. You have to be open to it. Now, men also take the class.
yeah, a few men.
A few men who aren't intimidated by any sort of stereotypes. How do they fare?
Yeah, they're good, but then I think I have to separate the men's class and then the women's class.
And the women's class. All right, well, we talk about Pole Academy being really quite a pioneer in pole dancing. Tell us about how people can find out more information, how they can sign up for classes and really start maybe a new chapter in their life.
Right. Well, you can just log on to Facebook, and we've got a Facebook page there, Pole Academy Philippines. Just check out our info page, and you'll see everything there. Message us, we'll answer you. Class schedules are there, telephone numbers, map. You'll find it there. Oh, there it is.
Great. Okay, I think we have it on our screen. How long are the classes?
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half. Now, I just have to ask, is it bring your own heels or?
Yeah.
Well, yes.
In the beginning, yeah,
The
yeah.
heels are the heels are really quite important for dancing.
For dancing.
But doesn't it make it more difficult? I don't. I look at you guys and you dance.
It is in the beginning, but later on, you feel better, feel more
sexier.
beautiful, sexier.
Rawr.
Conquer the
Alright.
heels as you conquer the pole.
Right? Okay, now, and one last quick question. What do you guys put on your bodies to stay on that pole?
It's more like what you don't. You don't
What you
wear
don't.
lotion. You
Okay.
don't put any oils.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a little help with grip paste and powder, but we try to avoid that. Just
I don't think my thighs could ever stay.
You'll be surprised.
To squeeze that pole. I don't know about that. Well, it's a pleasure to watch pole dancing, and it's a pleasure to have you guys in the studio. Thank you so much,
Thank
Ed,
you.
Jelly. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that. We're going into a break, but before that, here's another pole dance performance, this time by Isa.
I get high when you buy me candy. I get high when you make the moves. I get high when you make yourself handy. I get high when I look at you. I get high when you take my picture.